All right. Well, this is an interesting morning and way to start Let's Talk Hookup. So I'm starting by saying good morning what is it now? Almost 30 years of me getting to do the show. I can't remember ever starting Let's Talk Hookup without our hookup. But a little interesting morning this morning. We're not able to link the equipment with the fan. So this morning is all going to be about the stream and YouTube and Facebook Live. Unfortunately, no luck hooking up with Kyle or any of the boys from the fam, but we're going to have a good time. And this first hour going to be a little bit of an interesting one because the inside baseball of Let's Talk Hookup, the fan is who runs the breaks and the commercials for the first hour. And so that's just not going to be a thing. So in a very fun way, you're just going to hang out with Corey and myself for the first hour. And we picked a perfect day to have an issue with no fan and no breaks because we got a couple of really good buds in the studio and a whole lot going on. It's going to be very easy to talk for at least the first hour, hanging out and having some fun.
I agree with you, Rick. And having the texting option, if you're on the app, well, you'll have to be on the app at this point if it's not YouTube or Facebook Live. But you'll have the text to show option. You can send messages and do that. And having Johnny from Dana Landing on Mission Bay and Dustin from Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle, and we'll definitely have a good time with the text to show too.
Yeah, we're stoked to have you boys. Good morning, and thanks for joining us, Dustin. Your first time coming in on the show with us. You'll want to sneak right up
first
the mic.
First time on the show.
Well, it's great to have you, buddy, and going to be a fun one. And Johnny, old hat, been doing this with us a long time, and this is always my. You guys come on several times throughout the year. This one's always my favorite because it's the big party getting ready to go down at Dana Landing. The summer kickoff sale is right around the corner.
Right. Well, next Saturday. So, yeah.
Week from today, it's on.
Week from today, it's on. We're just putting everything in motion right now. It's always scary going into these things. You just hope people are going to show up.
Well, I don't think there's any worry. At least I'm confident you won't need to worry. You guys do a great job of getting the word out. But more than that, this is am I wrong in saying this is the biggest sale of the year for Dana Landing?
Definitely.
You guys throw down.
Yeah, we throw down. We're trying to move old inventory and also give a really good deal on stuff that's going to help people get the season started. What
a fun timing this year's event is. It's always the summer kickoff, and the idea, I'm sure, of this with you and Steve and Bub and everybody, all the team, this is like, okay, the fishing, when you start thinking about your event a year in advance, the fishing will hopefully be starting to show some signs of life and maybe get going and we'll get things kickstarted. This year, you get to have what really is a blowout sale in what is already a successful season. People are fired up and going fishing. Like, this isn't to get your gear before. It's like, hey, I've already been on 2 trips. I need more fluorocarbon. I really need an extra 25-pound reel. And you get to do that. Like, it's just rare that a sale opportunity at this level happens during the season.
Yeah, that's right. And for us, it's like one of those things where you don't want a rain out. And when you get to May, it's comfortable out.
Yeah.
The chances of having a rainy weekend are minimal, although we just held a big event on Tuesday for Iowa's national sales meeting, and of course it rained.
It sure did.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're kind of rolling into summer right now. There's fish biting at La Jolla and tuna are biting. I mean, for anyone who wants to go, it seems like a can't miss on the tuna right now. So,
and there's some bigger fish in the mix too, huh?
Wild what's happening right now. And one of the things much like Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle, Dana Landing caters to all. I mean, certainly very much caters to sport boat guys and long range guys and all those things, but an even higher emphasis on those with a private boat, being at ground zero and the best launch ramp there is at Dana Landing. And the reason that I say that is, with as good as the sport boat fishing already is this year, and it's great, it almost pales in comparison to how great it is on a private boat this year for Bluefin, because it's a very private boat catchable fish, and what I mean by that is in years past, when it's all nighttime sonar Bluefin that are 100 miles away, it's just not easy to pull off in your private boat. But you can go in your boat right now and drive 30, 40 miles and drag some trolling lures around. Clicker goes off, bait stop, 20 pounders to 200 pounders. It's all in the mix. It's so available for the private boat this year.
Yeah, that's what's really cool is that you don't really need the sonar. It's not dependent on like, getting that perfect approach on a spot of foamers, before it goes down. You
have to have two expert casters that can cast a mile and kill a 100-pounder with a 9-foot rod.
And you got one chance. Yeah, exactly. No, there has, I guess in the last week, been some foamer stuff in the evenings for people who like to do that. But yeah, like Rick was saying, you just, pull some wigglers, some wiggling lures, maybe a spreader bar, some cedar plugs and jig strike bait fish.
That's so fun.
It's awesome. You just gotta be careful because you don't know what you're going to hook. You don't know if you're going to have a 25 pounder or fly line out of bait on 30 and hook a 90 pounder. Then you're in for the long haul there.
No doubt. Dustin, tell us a little bit about what's going on at Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle in terms of all of this rad fishing that's happening right now. I mean, there's, we had Bruce Smith on, last week. So we talked a little bit how good the freshwater fishing has been. We got the saltwater fishing, and Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle is a cool mix of both of those things, right?
100%. Yes. It has a lot of the freshwater, a lot of the saltwater there. Mainly catering to the bay guys / freshwater is what that store is really about. But no, it's been a blast. It's been good times and plenty of bait, and it's been really fun out there.
That's great. All of the shops in the Dana, ECVT, Lemon Grove, they always all do such a good job on being like very well set up on what the things and techniques are that are new and popular.
Staying in the loop.
Yeah. And I think that just gives the shops and your customers of the shop such a leg up. Every technique that's new that the fish haven't seen, it seems like you guys are just always so on. And there's a wave that seems to happen when something's new, however long it lasts, a couple weeks or a couple years, it's a big deal. And all of the shops are always on top of those things.
Sure.
Has there been anything that, in your mind has been part of that fun, whether it's on the freshwater side or saltwater seed, new that maybe not everybody has been, that's like not a fair question to put somebody on the spot for. Like, what's brand new that people haven't seen that you're
right. No, those
what's been some of the fun new
urchin
stuff?
Baits are unbelievable right now. It's
we were talking about that last
I've never
week.
seen in the fishing industry that's starting to get more and more popular with the pros using it to now guys that are just starting out catching their personal best on it. So it's very interesting to see this bait come around.
But it's such a crazy looking
it's
lure.
wild. It's wild, 100%.
And we talked about it last week. It's not too difficult to describe. It's just, it looks like a kid's toy.
Yeah.
With like a circular sphere of like a bouncy ball.
A bouncy
like
ball with tentacles on it.
With the size of a dime, right?
Right, 100%. Yeah,
like that with like 2 to 3 inch urchin spines coming off of it.
Right. No, something that you would never think the freshwater fish would enjoy, but it's been a bait that's been working very well.
It just draws their curiosity and it's something they can't handle. Now, Bruce Smith had talked about like the forward facing sonar being the key ingredient.
Right. No, the key for sure. You get to see what the fish are doing, how they interact with it, and it's the drawing power on that bait is just unbelievable. The fish will come a distance to check it out.
You guys actually have them in the shop, like as we speak?
We have a couple left. They right when we get them in, they leave just as quick. So it's very, very interesting.
That's so cool. I think it's such a fun thing.
Right. Very fun.
And has anybody crossed over to try to fish that bait in saltwater? You talked about you got a lot of bay guys and you really cater to a lot of those guys too.
Right. One or two guys are starting to venture with it and
with it.
have fun and starting to catch the spotties. And with that season picking up,
really?
Yeah, they're starting to use it out there. So it's something I think will flood out here as well. Just that. Like it does
I had a couple, like Mikey brought some down it might have been 2 weeks ago. He brought a few down and just set them on our counter at Dana, and they were gone right away.
Okay. And Mikey manages East County Bait and
County,
Tackle.
yeah. And he's just like, here. And I'm like, come on, dude. And he's like, well, the funny thing is we had him a couple years ago at Picachos, but we didn't know, Wyatt Bingham bought him. And I'm like, dude, what do you do with that thing? And he's like, I don't know. And he tried fishing it, but we didn't really know. We had no idea how to fish with it or anything, but evidently they they work really
They
good.
like it. No,
That's so
100%.
It's such a bizarre
Yeah,
thing.
it
I mean,
cracks me up.
leave it to the Japanese to create something.
Right. Now, it's told it's been out for a long time now. It's not something that's new to the Japanese there. So
I
it's,
love it. That's so cool to me.
Just insane.
Yeah. So now, how about on the bay side of things at Dana, Johnny? Has there been anything? I mean, that again, that seems to be like a fishery that hadn't changed in 20 years. It was the biggest change was Corey making good, paddle tail swim baits. Like the first 20 years, you fished a 3-inch or a 5-inch grub with a lead head, and then Corey started making slugs and swim baits, and that was that was it. But then it seems like, as time changes, people start using all kinds of different techniques in the bay, catching spotties and freshwater crossover baits and things like that. What's new and exciting in the world of bay fishing these days?
Right now, not super new, but just micro small pitch or slow pitch stuff, like 7 to 20 gram slow pitch jigs, like basically like mini flat falls, I guess. I haven't done it myself. I'll be honest with you. I have not fished it myself, but we sell a ton of them.
Yeah.
And I think they do really well, like pitching pilings and stuff. So letting it sink down along around pilings and everything, and
vertical style jig.
Yeah,
Okay.
It is, but like Kevin Nakata had kind of introduced, was getting that jig at the right fall, Johnny. They could put it at the edge of the dock, and it actually, you imagine like the flying lure.
Yeah, it goes back underneath. Yeah.
Oh,
It'll actually go. If you keep the line,
the right amount of tension.
just the right amount of tension,
right.
you get the belly of it to grab the water. Right.
They really like to use spinning reels too, so it's like freely flowing
You can
off.
very much control your drop.
Yeah, well, we're like kind of uncontrolled
Ah.
almost. Like you can let it fall without any
Okay.
tension. So the guys, I've found like some ultralight slow pitch rods and
Mhm.
stuff that to match up for these guys. The other thing is like kind of like that BSF style, like the really light. A lot of the kids are fishing tiny stuff,
It's getting more and more
5-pound
popular.
braid.
Now, what is BFS for somebody that's not
It's like
familiar? What does that
it's like
mean?
the super lightweight wiffled spools on bait casting reels, and just a lot of the kids are really into it. They're super lightweight setups.
It's a finesse.
conventional bass,
Yes.
conventional bass tackle,
That's-
like something that you would look at and would assume,
Mm.
like, okay, well, that's something you'd fish a 30 to 50-pound braid on, but the reel is built for ultra light.
Yeah.
132nd
they have a-
out,
yeah.
116th out.
Yeah, really light spool. These guys are using 2-inch bass tricks and stuff, 16th ounce lead heads, and it does have its place. Like these guys are shore fishing a lot, and if you target low tide,
Sure.
where you can kind of walk out in the mud a little bit and get to where the drop offs are, you could fish a really light presentation over the grass
Mhm.
without it diving straight in there.
Somewhere a traditional, if you were fishing off the bank with a 1/4-ounce lead head and a 3-inch
You're
swim
just-
bait, you
you're
would
just
just instantly be in the weeds.
Instantly be in the weeds.
And that's where we're very fortunate. I mean,
Yeah.
I talk about it all the time. Like we have Mission Bay, San Diego Bay, Mission Bay, more importantly, being so accessible from every inch of
Everywhere.
shoreline.
Yeah, totally.
Like literally. And it's one of the most dynamic bays that we have in
no
Southern
doubt.
California.
Yep.
If you go to, those guys that fish Newport Bay and Los Alamitos and like all those harbors, Huntington Harbor, they would die for a 10 by 10 foot stretch of eelgrass.
Right.
There aren't any. Like they're very few and far between. Mission Bay is loaded.
Like- Bay.
Those guys come down to Mission Bay all the time.
Yeah.
Rent boats from us or just come down to shorefish.
Right. And
so-
I mean, the rental boat deal is like the
Yeah.
best thing going in town, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's you can drive down, get a rental boat for half day, full day, and just enjoy the bay the entire day.
I would say about the coolest and single most affordable way of doing your own thing and spending a full day in a fishery that often will provide you a lot of opportunity.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and not only spotted bay bass, but shortfin
Halibut.
corvina,
Yeah, corvina,
halibut.
Yeah.
There are a tremendous amount of nice halibut in Mission Bay, not just little pancake, but the amount of fish that are in the
Decent ones.
teens,
Real
like
ones.
12 to 22 pounds, are legitimate.
Yep. Especially if guys want to, if guys want to commit to fishing live bait, then you're going to get some better halibut. But it depends on the bait. Like if you got trout sized sardines, it's a struggle.
Not the most friendly.
But people definitely follow that. They know what's at the receiver. So like when the receiver gets anchovies, like the skiffs are gone all week. We rent out pretty much every boat on the weekends. During the week, you do decent business, but when there's anchovy at the bait barge, then every boat will go, and the guys know, because that's definitely get a lot of short halibut.
But there's a lot of legals in that bait too.
But you're gonna get a lot of action. You're gonna get some corvina and some, if you're drifting the bay with anchovy.
The cool thing about the bay is the majority of it is like 12 to 18 feet roughly. I mean, like 10 to 15.
10 to 15,
and
20, yeah.
And all those freshwater techniques, like Dustin, like
100%.
like the spinnerbait fishing, the crankbait fishing, the
Jerk bait, the 3-inch paddle tail,
A-rigs.
Yes,
A-rigs.
it all like it, if you ever wanted to tune in your A-rig fishing,
Right.
and actually get bites, that would be the place.
You have a core group of regulars that fish those blue skiffs, and it always cracks me up that I'll know two things. I'll know that the bait is right, and I'll know that the halibut bite is on, because when we're coming home from a day of fishing or La Jolla or whatever it might be, and we keep our boat in Dana Landing, wouldn't keep it anywhere else, love it. You'll see all of the blue skiff, or maybe not, like a group of skiffs, like all on the anchor, all in like their favorite position below the bridge or below some good halibut structure, all fishing bait, watching guys catch them, like in a normal day, the boats are always rented. It's the best deal in town. They're never there, but they're always spread out doing all kinds of different things. And when the halibut is on, you'll see like 4 or 5 clustered in this little anchorage, that 3 or 4 over in this one, and all of them are steady.
Yeah, I know one of our boats. I think it was 2 months ago. They had 2 big black sea bass
in the bay.
I think they were right over in front of Covera, like in front of the Hyatt. Yeah, I mean, in the same boat, same day, got 2, close to 100-pounders.
Come on, that's crazy.
I'm talking like
That's a big one.
big ones. Yeah.
No way.
And that's not something you want to promote, and something you want to, but it's something that was accidentally caught and
You never know what you're gonna
safely
get.
safely released.
Yeah.
Promote that all you want. Go out there and
Yeah.
catch another 100-pounder. Like I think it's fair to say the 100-pounders aren't necessarily biting today.
Right.
I think that's so
Yeah.
cool. How fun. Well, that's awesome. And like I said, we talk about the skiffs a bunch. It's a very popular thing, and you guys have, if I remember right, you have like a reservation system for getting
we
skiffs
do.
now.
We do
Give us
now.
the rundown if somebody did want to do that, because it's the best deal in town to have your own boat, to go catch your own fish.
The easiest way to do it is just go online. All our reservations are done online at danalanding.com, and you just find the link for boat rentals. We only do full day rentals by reservation, so you can't reserve for half a day. We don't reserve all the boats. So
that's a cool.
So
way to
we
do
always
it.
leave 2 skiffs available for walk up, and we also have 2 pontoons now.
Oh, cool.
Casting couch, as we call them.
Casting couch.
Those ones are walk up only as well.
That's great.
Every boat has a bait tank,
Including the pontoons?
including the pontoons.
How fun.
Yeah. So it's just an easy way to get out on the water.
Johnny, what does a full day blue skiff rental cost? I mean, I'm just,
It's $90, and then there's a $20 for the bait tank.
yeah,
That's so cool.
and the reason I bring that up, because it is so darn affordable.
Right.
Like you literally, you pull up in your vehicle, you and your buddy, or you and your grandchild or son or daughter, for $90, you're on the water all day long.
Yeah.
What time do you require them to come back in?
Right now, like 6:30.
6:30.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
we open at 6 in the morning, and
Over 12, you have 12 hours on the
12
water.
hours,
I mean,
yeah.
you're literally, by the time you untie your boat, you could be casting.
And just with that said, it would be a crime not to roll back in for lunch, though, and get a little deli sandwich at Dana Landing.
What's your favorite?
I'm a Skipper Italiano man myself.
Yeah, I'd go for that. The Alexis, I think
Alexis is a good one.
Yeah.
Skipper's a good one. They're all good sandwiches.
Here's what ruins me. I usually haven't eaten by the time I'm in there loading them up, like at 9 or 10 in the morning. You know, I'm putting baits in the thing. All I smell is the bacon and the sandwiches cooking. Johnny probably gets tired of it, but man,
you don't get tired of that bacon smell.
It wrecks me for sure.
Yep.
I can confirm that, like, you know, we keep our boat at Dana Landing. We love it there, and like that's the best part about whether you're launching in Mission Bay, the boats there, whatever it is. It's breakfast sandwich and a deli sandwich on the way out after loading bait. No, you got killer lunch, but then also access to the best of fishing tackle. You got Johnny and the whole crew there. Everybody knows everything. I mean, it is the most private boat, perfect, you know, in addition to sport boat and long range and yachts and everything else, but it is the most private boat, perfect spot that exists.
It is. And you know, when you see the construction crew guy in there getting his sandwich for lunch, or the SeaWorld, I see SeaWorld employees over there too. A lot
of SeaWorld people.
Tri-tip Tuesday.
Yeah.
What? Trigger Tuesday?
Tri-tip Tuesday.
Tri-tip.
Oh yeah. Tuesdays, smoked tri-tip. We've been doing that for probably 4 years now, 4 or 5 years.
Quite a while.
So yeah, smoke up a pack of tri-tips on Tuesday morning, and it's ready for lunch. Those go fast.
We should probably mention at this part in the show, Rick, if anybody wants to text the show, please do so. We're not on the fan this morning as we typically would be if you're tuning in.
We might be.
Are we?
Might be back there now. We're gonna give it a shot in just a quick sec. But yeah, I would say phone call and text so we can get rolling here.
We can.
Yeah,
we got the calls going. Okay.
This is like through texting with Pete, who's kicking serious butt, and George and Montana, everybody working behind the scenes. But yeah, I think we're back up and rolling on the fan, business as usual. And yeah, give us a rundown. And if somebody wants to call the show, text the show, for sure. Text all good. Yeah. So maybe we'll be text heavy, but I think we're back up and rolling here.
Well, the texting is done through the app and only through the app. It says right there, text the show. And, you definitely want to leave your name and telephone number. And if you want to give us a call, please do so. You can try that right now. You can get a hold of the fan at 833-288-0973. It's the way to call into the show. You can try calling right now. And we're going to give away a gift card to Dana Landing. And if John, if you want to elaborate a little bit more.
We're doing $100 gift card for Dana. And actually I'll do 2 of them, $200 gift cards. So you could, but they work at any location.
So
how cool!
Yeah. So they can utilize it at Dustin's shop at Lemon Grove,
County Bait and Tackle with Mikey down there,
which is super cool. I mean, Lemon Grove, iconic shop for a couple decades, was the Fishing Musicians, Barnacle
Bills, yes, for a very long time, and he did a great job running that place, and it's cool to. Have that shop up and running again.
It is, man. And
not
Steve,
change.
Right. Well, it did. I think it changed. I mean, Steve took it over. Dustin's running the shop and has it like top notch and going full speed. We do have calls coming in, by the way. So give us a call, 833-288-0973. Johnny, thank you for giving away 2 gift cards.
Awesome.
2 $100 gift cards to a lucky caller or texter. We're going to be right back. You're listening to Southern California Sport Fishing Voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup, not only on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, but 97.3 The Fan.
All right. Well, like I think we'll keep rolling here just a little bit, but glad to be on the fan. Doesn't look like the commercial spots are quite ready to roll yet,
which is just fine.
Yeah,
man.
but we'll keep going, and we're certainly stoked to have our opportunity up to be talking on the show this morning and talking Dana Landing. Now, the one thing that we just touched on a little bit, and I want to get a chance to go over while we're waiting to get hooked back up with the commercial spots going. Summer kickoff sale again. It's next Saturday. Give us the rundown. What are the hours? What are the times? How do we participate? And then I just want to at least knock a few of them off. There's some really, really serious deals that you're going to be given to all of us in the world out there.
Okay, so it's a real simple, short, sweet. We're going to get started 8 a.m. Although, we'll probably be going a little bit earlier than that. And we're just going to go to 1 o'clock. I've got pretty much every local and, big vendor will have a booth there. We're not doing seminars because I figure you've got like, you got Corey at the MC Swim Baits booth, you got Afrin at the War Baits booth, you got every pro from every brand will be in the booths for people to talk to directly.
John, if I can speak on it, like it started as like 2 booths, and then it went to 10, and now it's close to 20.
Okay,
like
it's every major saltwater person that's right for what we do,
and it's
is
a cool
represented there.
It's a cool hangout.
Totally.
You're hanging and just getting to talk fishing and talk shop, and and you're getting killer deals on top of it all. Are you kidding me?
Killer deals.
Buy 2 get 1 free on a lot of things.
Pretty much every lure in the store is buy 2 get 1 free.
How about those little micro jigs you're talking about?
Jigs, buy 2 get 1 free.
Come on.
Yep. Corey,
Give 'em
MC Swim Baits, buy 2 get 1 free.
And I mean, it honestly, outside of Fisherman's Landing sale and your sale, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yep.
those are the times to get it. And
the only thing that's different on that is Nomad Mad Max, which have been working pretty good for the Bluefin this year. Those are buy 1 get 1.
what?
Come on.
Yeah, that's a BOGO. So yeah, there's buy 1 get 1 on the Nomad Mad Max.
Again, let's talk about that. The season is here. Like there has
I
been
know.
great bluefin fishing to be had on Mad Max right now. That's a lure that you guys could sell at full price for what clearly is the rest of the season.
Yep.
But hooking everybody up. Buy
Hooking
1 get
everyone
1
up.
free. I love it.
Buy 1 get 1. Fluorocarbon, pretty important for
Always.
I mean,
for every kind of fishing we do.
you
Buy
mean like
2.
the single most.
Yeah. Buy 2 get 1. Hooks, buy 2 get 1. When you get to the higher end items like reels, we got all reels, 10% off, free fill up with Spectra, solid Spectra. I'm not doing free hollow Spectra, but
Right.
But and then all rods are going to be 15% off. There will be some other there's some other lower price points in there. Shimano Tranks 300 days and 400 days, which is the older version. We're going $229 for the 300 and $269 for the 400.
Come on.
John, that
Yeah.
doesn't even make sense.
And those are
I love it.
Those are 300, 369 normally for those two. So got a little bit of leftover stock in those. So we're gonna
That's
blow it
awesome.
up.
And you say the older model, like for crying out loud, like those are the ones I have. Like
No,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
know.
Same.
Legit.
Same. Yeah, exactly.
And some people, sometimes people like the older ones better than the
Sure.
ones that replace them.
And so I mean the newer ones have the single frame, right?
Yeah.
The single bodied frame.
Yeah.
And the older one, I mean, it's the one that was available last year, up till
exactly.
last year.
No, it's a perfectly
100%
great reel.
yeah. Beyond
For-
okay.
for a
Extremely smooth.
ridiculous price.
Right.
And then probably the biggest deal I'm doing, if people are interested in getting into like a higher end spinning combo, I've got Shimano Twin Power 10,000s. You buy the reel, you get a free Therese rod. I've got
Come on.
I've got I think I have 3 rods to choose from on that.
Yeah,
But-
not only 3 rods, but 3 different rods.
Three different rods.
Okay.
Like 3 different
Models.
So you could go like kind of a medium or medium heavy to a heavy.
Dude,
If
I
you're a guy
hope
that wants to cast poppers, or
Yeah,
if you're a guy that
exactly.
wants to use it as a live bait outfit, or
Yep.
you want to use it as a big fish outfit,
Yep.
I love it.
So
I hope you're loaded on those tranks, the 3 and 400s, because
we have
you have enough for me to get a couple of them.
if there's
Because-
some left. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, right. I mean that's a crazy deal.
That's so cool.
Dude, I'm
The
gonna
thing
be
that's so
lining
fun
up.
about that is, there have been like buy a reel and get a free rod deals in the past, but it's always it's often maybe with a lesser desirable reel and a rod that maybe isn't up to the level of something. This is a killer deal on what is arguably one of the nicest spinning reels available. I think
Yep.
Twin Power is the single best bang for your buck on a high end spinning reel. You're getting what is very close to Stella performance
Yeah.
at what is half the cost.
Yep.
And then instead of getting technically, yeah, you're getting a free rod. No, that's not what you guys are doing. You're talking a multi-$100 Therese rod that comes with it for free.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's a over $300 rod. Yeah.
Pretty crazy,
rad,
John.
man. I
And
love
it's a good matchup. It's a good matchup for it. It's a usable, like if you were outfitting a yacht, they would say, oh yeah, give me 4 of these Thereses to match with that. So
that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
I dig it. And and Corey, like I said, that not only are the baits going to be there and be available and be at a right cost, but you'll be there to help somebody along lines, whether you're taking advantage of that great fishing in Mission Bay, or you're fishing the CCA bass tournament, like the one that's going on today, or if you're going to Cedros, you can help a guy hand pick out and and get ready for a full
Absolutely.
season.
Not only that, but deals. I mean, like I'm going to bring, I have an assortment of stuff I have already set aside. 7-inch slugs or flukes, which have been like a deal. I'll bring like a half a dozen colors of those. And it's not only the buy 2, get 1 free. Like I'm always adding stuff on top of that, right?
There's always a little
I mean, I hate to say it, right?
Gift bag, Corey can't help himself.
I'm always giving something, and those, and I might have some 7-inch weedless I'm bringing. There's 5-inch weedless. Like I just have an assortment of stuff that I can bring. Some drop shot baits, which are good in the multitude of different directions, from scrounger head to drop shotting, darter heading. It's a fluke style 5-inch bait, but I've got an assortment of stuff, and buy 2 get 1 free. Are you kidding me?
The invaluable thing is just the FaceTime with a Corey.
It's fun, man.
But to be able to like talk to him and get a little bit better information, like how to rig a bait. Like, you might go into the store, you buy a handful of his lures and he'll say, hey, get this lead head or try this one, and then he'll show you how to put the hook in it. That's extremely invaluable, because it's difficult for a lot of people if you haven't seen it done the right way to get a swim bait or any rubber lure on the lead head correctly.
How critical is that part of it?
I mean, it's huge. It's huge.
It is everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 10 times more easy to rig it wrong than actually get it right. Yeah. And that's all of them for sure. The flukes. And should we try one of the no? Okay, we don't have the phone lines.
I think that the phone lines are.
We're on the flyer, man.
We're connected to the fan, so
Yeah.
our fans out there that are listening through the fan are able to hear it. Unfortunately, we are not in the studio. That's like our kicker is. Glad to welcome our audience back on the fan. Our only issue is we're not able to hear when we're what's coming that way. So we unfortunately will not. The phones are working, and Kyle's standing by. Kyle and George doing a great job behind the scenes, and a huge thank you to them, as well as Pete for getting us up and running.
Pete had to get out of the stream and
take the waders off and
exactly.
put the phone back up. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to hear the audio of the question, but we've got a ton of great text standing by. And again, if you want to send us a text this morning, just like Corey said, it's only available through the Let's Talk Hookup app. Let's Talk Hookup app, such an important thing too. And anything funky like this comes up, that stream is always rock solid and steady, and it's your best way to listen to the show. If you missed any of the beginning because you traditionally listen on the fan and you didn't catch the beginning of the show with Dustin and Johnny, you can always catch all the archives. All the shows will always be saved and replayed on the fan there, so it's a great way to do it. And it's the only way to text in your questions today. When you do, just like Corey said, make sure you include that contact info, because today is going to be a text-heavy show, and there's going to be 2 of those $100 gift cards going away at all 3 of the great shops: Dana Landing on Mission Bay, East County Bait and Tackle in Lakeside, and Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle in Lemon Grove. And when we come back, we're going to take another quick break here. We got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, more of this great information with the boys. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California sport fishing voice, on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and now thanks to George and Kyle on 97.3 The Fan.
Adding a fish finder to my fishing kayak completely changed the way I fish. I'm Logan from Fastlane Kayaks, and I've been fishing from a Hobie kayak for over 4 years now. For about half that time, I was fishing without a fish finder. And trust me, it's called fishing blind for a reason. But don't just take my word for it. Here at Fastlane Kayaks, we've been installing and using fish finders on Hobie kayaks for over 25 years. Over all that time, we've done our fair share of trial and error to find the best mounts and methods for rigging a kayak. So instead of trying to learn 25 years of experience through endless YouTube videos, just drop your kayak off at Fastlane. Every Fastlane install is clean, user-friendly, and built to last in real saltwater conditions. One way we do that is by housing all the fuses and electrical connections inside a small waterproof case. Keeps everything protected, organized, and easy to access. Whether you're looking to add a fish finder, install a motor, or upgrade into a brand new fishing kayak, come by Fastlane Sailing and Kayaking in Mission Bay or give us a call at 619-222-0766.
Hey, this is Captain Benny Florentino, owner-operator of Coastal Charters. Just want to announce that I'll be running the Camus 26 hybrid boat from West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa. Hybrid being a center console with bay boat features. The boat features a Michael Peters stepped hull that'll give both myself and my guests a comfortable dry ride. West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa will be carrying the 26 hybrid, 28 hybrid, and also a 34 cat. Heck, they even have some great looking bass boats. But if you have any other questions, feel free to call Nick Kelly or Kyle Mesa at West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa, and we'll see you on the water.
Take it from Captain Benny Florentino. West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa is your source for Camus boats, as well as Parker boats, Yamaha outboards, and now Mercury outboards. Sales and service, the finest you can find. Go see Nick and the guys at West Coast Marine on Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa, or check westcoastmarine.com.
One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at Fine Tackle Dealer.
Experience the magic of Haida Gwaii Islands, British Columbia, Canada, at Haida Gwaii Safaris, formerly Queen Charlotte Safaris. Hi, I'm Valerie Hopridge. 25 years ago, I fell in love with these incredible islands, breathtaking scenery and wildlife, warm community, and truly phenomenal fishing. That passion inspired me to open my own fishing lodge. Just steps away from the Sandspit Harbor at Haida Gwaii Safaris, you will be fishing pristine, unpressured waters for Chinook salmon, halibut, John lingcod, and more. Plus, be surrounded by untouched beauty and wildlife. All of us at Haida Gwaii Safaris have exciting news. We now have our own charter flight to and from Sandspit out of Vancouver, making your trip easier than ever. We pride ourselves on creating unforgettable adventures that turn the first-time guests into longtime friends. You will come for the fishing and you'll come back for the memories. We are booking now. Please call 1-877-815-2892 or visit us at qcsafaris.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Haida Gwaii Safaris, where unforgettable memories are made one catch at a time.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and having such a fun, interesting morning this morning, Rick, and just having a great time with Johnny from Dana Landing on Mission Bay and Dustin from not East County Bait and Tackle, but Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle.
Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle.
You used to work and
at East County for a very long time.
Long time.
Yeah, it was great.
And now managing Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle. And if you want to join us this morning, we're having such a great time, and we do have the phone lines up and going. We're going to be taking calls, and that would be an 833-288-0973 telephone number, or you can text us via the app, and a ton of texts coming through, and we're giving away two $100 gift cards.
So generous, you guys.
Right? I know. Thank you, Johnny and Steve and Dustin. And that card will be good either at Dana Landing on Mission Bay, East County Bait and Tackle, or Dustin's shop at Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
Good times.
Well, we got the phones packed up again. If you want to get through, 833-288-0973. Corey, why don't we fire him off this morning?
Let's do it. How about Mike? Mike calling from Torrance. Good morning, Mike. Appreciate you joining us on Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys. Sure love to stoke how all you guys are ready to get up in the morning and go fishing. Small stuff, big stuff, anywhere, all the time. I'm kind of wired the same way. Been doing a lot of beach fishing. Went on American Angler a week ago, caught a bunch of small ones. My friends went a couple nights ago, and they just slayed the 90 to 150s. It was real good one night, and then the next night was a blank. Then the Polaris Supreme got 81 of them. So the fishing's hot, and let's keep it rolling. And looking forward to seeing you at Dana. What a great shop you got. And
Thank
you.
you.
Guys have a great day. Thanks.
Oh,
Hey,
cool.
I appreciate that very much, buddy. That's great to hear. What
What if a guy is in Mike's shoes, Johnny, and he's getting ready to go this season, the big tuna is biting. What would you say ranks as some of the best deals to kind of outfit himself at the big sale coming up? Is it stock up on the fluoro that's buy two get one free? Is it the real, like, what?
I would stock up on fluoro and on jigs.
Mhm.
You got.
Am I seeing this
different-
right, Johnny? JRI, buy 4 get 2 free plus 1 at the JRI booth.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because it's buy 2 get 1, but he's given, if you buy 4, so if you get 2, buy 2 get 1, he's going to give you a jig at the booth, and that's going to be, I believe, a yo-yo jig this year.
That's awesome.
Okay.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Exceptional.
And deals on like knife jigs and
Yep,
Colt snipers and all the
Colt
things that a guy would use.
snipers, or current snipers,
Yeah,
excuse
sure.
me.
Not on my watch. It's
Yeah,
not.
we've got all the different, Saltiga. There's every kind of knife jig, and mustad, rip rollers, and you name it, we've got it. We've got all of them.
That's so cool.
And then hook, different hook sets for them, for rigging that stuff up. And you could kind of match up your setup depending on what you wanted to use. If you wanted it, a lot of people are going with kind of a heavier speed jigging type rod for nighttime fishing, and some kind of smaller reels. We've got all that stuff. It's a good time to take the discount and get yourself into an OSHA jigger or something like that,
And
if you wanted to try that stuff.
Even that's going to be qualify under the sale.
Yeah, and the line, makes that's a decent amount of.
Oh,
cost,
trust me, you're
putting
talking
that combo together.
You're talking like a $50 to $75 discount on a lot of those reels that you're talking about. Maybe sometimes even greater than that, and then another $100 to $200 in line for free. I mean, you're talking a reel that you're going to be using all season, that is the reel to use right now, with a potential of $300 worth of savings.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you pair that with a rod, you're talking about saving another $100 there. I mean, this is some, like I said, it's not hey, there's 5% off of one thing sale. Like, this is the real deal, biggest sale of the year for Dana Land.
Exactly.
I love it.
And for a vendor, and as a customer, but from a vendor, it's so awesome. I mean, it's over at 1:00. Like, come get your deal.
Yeah, 100%.
Come get your deal
have
and have fun and have 4 or 5 hours worth, and we're out for the afternoon.
Yeah. So you're not just smoking in the sun and getting burnt out on, because you can usually tell at these events, once it gets a little bit, around lunchtime, people start petering out. They run out of energy. The energy of the crowd goes away, and it's perfect time to pack up shop and call it a day.
You guys are pros at this sale. This is nothing new. You've done it for several years in a row. It morphed. I remember it morphed from the Bay Bass thing into what it is, into its day now of being like the full true summer. It's all encompassing of everything you do at Dana Landing.
Yeah.
I love it. That's fun. Well, as you can hear, we got a great show going on. Very busy this morning. Again, if you want to get through on the phones, 833-288-0973. Had a fun text come through from John in Rancho San Diego. Says, great show already. I love it. I really enjoy. I visit Steve a lot at the Lemon Grove shop and love it. Great service, great inventory. Questions for Dustin. I'm just curious, do you guys sell more in terms of freshwater tackle and saltwater tackle at Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle when it's under your watch? And then what's your personal favorite, fresh or salt?
It's kind of 50-50 when it comes to salt and fresh there. We got a little bit of both that I'd say goes out evenly from that store there. And me personally, I do a lot of largemouth bass fishing. That's what I highly enjoy and been doing for a long time. And it's something that I do a lot of freshwater fishing there on.
Has this, we talked about it with Bruce a little bit last week. Has the difficulty in water levels and launching availability, has that played into your game in a positive way, in a negative, because you can't put your favorite boat in the favorite water? Does it eliminate?
The San Diego,
you know what I'm saying? Like
down here, it's kind of been the negative due to the fact that you can't get a boat in there, and that's what I enjoy fishing out of as a vessel there. I've been going up to more of the Inland Empire area, fishing more Diamond Valley, up in that area there. But
going to lakes that still have some water. In
exactly.
them.
No,
Okay.
it's interesting to see the Inland Empire. Those they're crushing it up there. All the lakes are completely full, and then you come down here to San Diego, and it's sad to
There's nothing
see.
left.
Drip and dry.
Drip and dry, right? I went to El Cap on Tuesday, and it was sad just to see how low that lake truly is.
But exceptional fishing.
Exceptional, yes, exactly. Great fishing out there, but it's just sad to see how low that water is from my past experience fishing that lake when it was extremely high, going to the very back of the lake where the trees are, which people have never even experienced before. So
what are you launching in there then? Yourself, like what are you putting in the
at El Capitan there?
Yeah,
I was just going off the bank. I just fished
Okay.
off the bank and just kind of walked around to kind of see what was going on there, and just fishing off the bank
cool,
there.
cool way to do it.
Oh,
for
100%.
sure.
Yeah, just get a few hours in real quick. And
how is Diamond Valley fishing? Are the stripers still biting in there, or how's that?
Not the big ones like it was about a year ago or so. A lot of the smaller striper are being caught out there. But that place is just unbelievable. It's hard fishing. You don't get it given to you. That's one thing you do have to put your work into to get the reward there. But unbelievable fishing up there from largemouth and the striper fishing up there.
It can be fun for sure.
Great, yeah, good times.
I liken it a lot to like ocean fishing because the vertical drop offs and you're fishing a lot of like 40 to 80, even 120 feet of water.
Stripers fight like yellowtail.
They do.
They fight hard. And
it's you're almost like yo-yoing fishing when they're in the deep water. I mean, they get in that 80 to 120 feet of water, like down toward the dam, and you actually
Big spoon, like a yo-yo jig.
But you're
6X Junior.
But you're literally getting bit on a yo-yo wind.
So fun.
Yeah, it's
cool.
Kind of crazy, actually.
Right. Had another fun text come through. Hey guys, I'm loving the idea of the boat rentals. My question was for Johnny. Do the rentals come with fish finding electronics, or do we need them? I've never fished I'm new to fishing Mission Bay. I love the idea of the inexpensive cost of having my own boat. Is it the type of fishery where I'm going to need electronics? What do you guys think?
I've never used electronics in Mission Bay myself, so the boats do not have electronics on it. I'm sure for someone who's good at fishing with electronics, it's probably a bonus, but I would say you absolutely do not need them for fishing in Mission Bay.
Yeah, it's a fun fishery, and the beauty is like you're renting the boat from the source. I mean, there's always guys at the shop, yourself very much included, that can just point you in the right direction, the right baits, the right areas to fish. One thing about Dana Landing, you guys have always been an open book with information, helping people, whatever it takes.
Yeah, and Mission Bay is like a man-made park. So there's not a ton of you're not looking for rock piles and drop-offs and stuff. It's pretty much a kind of a flat bottom. You're just looking for weed beds and stuff, and you tend to find that by just drifting around and taking a lot of casts.
Yeah, you can make big drifts over flats of eelgrass and big bays, and and you said it, fan cast from every direction of the boat, and you're going to get bites.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna run into the fish.
And that's such an interesting fact you mentioned too, Johnny, is it being a park. It's a city park that was actually dredged, and Fiesta Island on its own is all the tailings of the dredging.
Yep.
Like that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I had no idea that.
So that was actually like a huge slough. Like
it was all just a big mud
funny.
flat basically.
And Fiesta Island is just everything they dug up from the bottom to make the bay. That's a crap.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's cool.
And that is actually Mission Bay Water Park is the nation's largest aquatic park.
That's cool.
Yeah, man-made. Yeah, largest man-made aquatic park.
Yeah. There you go. Learn something new every day.
Leave it up to me.
Why don't we jump back into the phones, Corey?
Let's do that. How about Robert calling from Canyon Country? Good morning, Robert.
What's up, Robert?
Good morning, guys. The casting couch sounds incredible. I was wondering how many people it takes. Does it have a bait tank? And what does that cost per day?
The pontoons are $200 a day.
Johnny, that's such a deal.
Yeah, they do have a bait tank, and we limit them to 6 people.
That's so fun, but you can get the whole fam. That's really cool. I love it. Well, you have to give it a shot, Robert. Fun times for sure.
It brings such a chuckle to me because I can just imagine 6 of us dudes on the pontoon boat, just casting and having a great time, throwing crankbaits,
Totally.
swim baits.
And I mean, you know how Mission Bay can fish too. You
Oh,
get into,
dude, come on.
You get into a pocket of good fishing. I mean, you can.
And it's Rick. It's not even the pocket of good fishing. It's
Yeah.
the drift of good fishing.
Sure.
Like it's the continual 5-10 minute drift where there would always be one guy hooked up.
Yeah. And here's the thing about spots in Mission Bay.
Yeah.
That I've found out is that when you find them, they're never there the next day.
Yeah, it's
so when people say like, "What's biting good?" or "Where should we go?" It's like, well, you can try this, but every time you think you have a pattern, it's there that day. You found that pattern that day, but the fish move around, and I don't know exactly. You know, they definitely helps if you're catching clean eelgrass. You know, like good live eelgrass. If you're snagging that seems to be good zones. But I think those fish follow around clam beds and
bait
shellfish and bait fish, and yeah, so they're you know, they are ambush predators. They sit on the bottom, but they definitely move around area to area. So,
spotties are a badass fish.
They
Yeah,
are, man.
yeah.
Voracious.
Oh God, are you kidding
Yeah.
me? I mean, if they're little cabria.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yep.
I mean, if they got to 10 pounds, that's exactly what they would be.
You got
Yeah,
10 pounds,
yeah.
you'd never catch them.
You're absolutely right.
Tough. Hey, I want to remind you, this portion of the show is sponsored by friends at Summit Gasoline at the San Diego Sports Arena. It is the place to fill up your car, your truck, or more importantly, your private boat with the lowest in gas and diesel prices. Do you know that Summit is also a great place to get the lowest prices on ice and snacks before your trip? Over 40 snacks for just 89 cents, as well as sandwiches and frozen bait too. Ice is nearly half the price of the others at only $3.99 for a 25-pound bag. Plus, you can get 100 pounds of ice for free with a 35-gallon fill. And the best car wash in town for just $6. It's Summit Gasoline, free ice for our Let's Talk Hookup listeners, and always the lowest prices in gas at the San Diego Sports Arena. Had another fun text come through saying, what a great show. Dustin is the man. Always a big smile on his face, even at 5 a.m. in the morning. He goes out of his way to help the fellow angler. Quick story. I went by the shop one morning looking for really small sabikis. They had plenty, but not the size I was looking for. He told me he'd order them for me, and sure enough, I get a call from Dustin saying that the shipment came in. He had all the sabikis I wanted behind the counter, sold me as many as I needed. What a great spot for us in the mid-city. Great customer service with Dustin running the show over there, and that was from Dennis in National City.
Thank you, guys.
Nice.
Thank
Super
you.
cool.
Love to hear it, man. Nice job. Keep up
Right?
the great work, Dustin.
No, thank you, guys.
Well, what about you, Corey? I know you had a fun text standing by.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's been a lot of them coming through, and if you do want to send a text, it's only through the app, and make sure you do leave your name and telephone number because Johnny's giving away 2 $100 gift cards to one of the 3 shops, and this one comes from Nevada. Casey from Nevada says, "Good morning. I just bought a new boat. Can you give me some details about launching from Dana, and what are the perks compared to other launch ramps?" Obviously, he doesn't know. He's never.
Yeah, if you've never been down there, it's in Mission Bay. It's the closest ramp to open ocean, so that's the main perk. And then the other perk is that you're right next to Dana. You're right next to the store here, so you can get whatever you need before you go out.
You could literally pull up with your boat and trailer alongside the launch ramp and be, 25 feet from the front door or the back door of Dana Landing.
And if you've never launched in Mission Bay, there's no launch fees. So
Lots of parking.
Yeah, lots of parking.
Just don't let the mayor know.
So yeah, you just pull in and launch your boat. It's
great.
a lot of people come by the shop. Is this where we pay for the launch? I'm like,
yeah, it's $10.
$10.
Cash only.
Yeah. It's just a free launch. They have a courtesy dock there to pull up at. They have a restroom facility. And then you're really close to the ocean.
And you have Dana Landing. I mean, ice, food,
everything,
beverages, all of the tackle, emergency boating supplies. I forgot my sweatshirt. Everything.
Exactly.
Everything is there.
And the ramp is wide enough to launch 10 boats at a time.
Oh yeah, at least
easily.
Yep.
Like minimal. And I don't think you realize, but to launch a boat out of like Davies or somewhere up north, minimal $20, just so you know.
Oh, minimum $20. Okay.
The other thing too is there's no there's no break wall behind you when you're launching boats. So if you're launching a rig that's, that's long trailer, larger than normal, you've got nothing in your way.
That's true.
Shelter Island has expanded newly and it's much better now, but even still, in the old days, you slid a boat off that trailer that's any more than 28, 30 feet. Like you're touching the rocks when the thing comes off the trailer.
True.
Dana Landing is wide, it's open, it's calm. Yep. It doesn't have bad wind issues. It's the spot, man.
It's real simple. It is really simple. That there is no, and people who are coming from out of town, there's no washdown. So I think a lot of ramps, different parts of the state have a freshwater washdown when you get out. That is not available anywhere in San Diego that I'm aware of.
No.
So just keep that in mind when you're coming down here.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
No doubt about it.
We're having such a fun morning, and we're going to be right back. You've been listening to us not only on the Fan and YouTube, Facebook Live, and the Let's Talk Hookup app, but when we do come back, we'll get you on the app, YouTube, Facebook Live. We're having so much fun with Johnny and Dustin. We're going to be right back.
There you go. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, well, we're going to roll right back into here. Again, still having a little technical issues with the spots rolling in between the two shows. But again, having a great time here this morning, having fun with the boys from Dana Landing. Lots of great going on, lots to talk about, lots coming up with the big sale and all the great fishing going on. And speaking of the great fishing that's going on right now, we're going to find out what's biting on the water. It is time for our catch report, our fishdope.com report, Corey.
And our fishdope.com, actually, it's the... sorry, Rick, all these technical difficulties. I'm all over the place. But Rick and the Gamakatsu guys will be at the Dana Landing sale next Saturday. You can come down and check it all out with a fantastic deal. Buy $25 in Gamakatsu products and receive a free pocket utility box, or buy $50 in product and get a free everyday carry knife. I mean, that's a ridiculous deal, worth almost $100. Plus, Dana Landing will have a buy two and get one free on all Gamakatsu in stock. So be sure to stop by the Gamakatsu booth and get your free products. I mean, what a crazy deal, Johnny.
Yep.
Yeah. An awesome deal in Gamakatsu. Again, a deal on the hooks on their own.
Yep.
Best hook to be using for this time of the year. You're going to get the buy two get one free opportunity, then spend $25 and get the free G box, or spend $50 and get that knife. I mean, just another
the
awesome
knife is awesome.
It's $100 knife.
Yeah, I've had
spending $50.
I got one 3 years ago, and it's my everyday carry knife. It's a perfect knife, great knife.
That's awesome.
And perfectly labeled. everyday carry knife.
And like you say, the boys are going to be there at the booth. They're going to talk about hook sizes for you. I'm trying to decide whether I should be fishing Nautilus regular, Nautilus HD, and what's the right size for the bait. You can talk to the guys, find out all the right stuff.
Exactly.
It's a killer opportunity, no doubt about it. Well, hey, with that said, we're going to find out what is going on in the water. We got him, the private boater buddy, Captain Mark Wish is on the line. Good morning, Mark.
Mark.
Hey, Ricky, Corey, John, Dustin. Great show,
Morning.
you guys. Having way too much fun there.
Always.
Sure.
So, we're creeping up on mid-May here, and, we got some decent weather on the inside, some good fishing to be had. Definitely some challenges up above and on the outside, though. Pretty breezy. In fact, they just put up gale warnings up above the Channel Islands there. Not good for those guys. But up there at the Northern Islands, Santa Rosa, Santa Cruz, squid situation is tough, as everywhere, but, definitely tough. Virtually nothing around. There is a bit of sea bass and halibut there. I mean, the fish are around. And what's being caught is mostly on flukes and dropper loop sardines. Yeah, lots of wind.
Really?
Yeah, it's been just challenging, just everywhere. Very strange. And same for out there at Nick. No squid, no exotics, lots of cods, limits of wind. Excuse me. At Santa Barbara Island, they're kind of on the edge of the wind. Some days it's been able to get there. There was some sea bass this time last week. There was a little bit of fish, a couple handfuls caught, and then that stuff just kept rolling wherever it's going. Nothing since. Lots of cods, though. Good cod. Catalina, man, what a long, strange trip it's been this springtime. It's just been weird over there. There's very little squid around. What there is mostly been backside middle. There's enough for bait if you want to work at it. But I'm telling you guys, you got to be ready with your crowder. These are small spots of bait, not like a big float like we'd love to see. They're little small spots of bait, and no shortage of aggressive seals chasing it around. So you get a flyby on the bait, you got to have that crowder ready because it's mostly not going to come back. The seals get on it. And it's been a weird situation. And again, kind of like some of the other islands there, just a distinct lack of gamesters this season. Very weird. Early on, there was a little bit of sea bass, big ones. Looked like it was going to kind of get rolling, and just haven't been seeing much of it. Some halibut to be caught up shallow still, but very, very different. Nothing at note from San Clemente Island. There's been a few yellows scattered on the front, and with the weather, there hasn't been much pressure on the backside there. A little bit of yellows on the front there. Along the beach, a bit more signal on the bigger sea bass from above Newport to just below Dana. There's been some nice ones. First fish flag for the Balboa Angling Club was 58 pounds. Man,
Ooh.
Wow,
that's nothing wrong with
that's a
that.
nice one.
Yeah, so troll mackerel, guys. That's the best way to snag them bigger fish there. And then offshore, that's where it gets interesting. Oh my God, that bluefin tuna fishing. Some years for the private boat guys, when that stuff's way outside and it's nighttime fish and it's sonar fish, that's just brutal for private boaters. But where the fish is now, kind of the inside edge of it's 30 miles from San Diego, and gets better as you go down and out. Yesterday there was quite a bit of fish seen around that 390 out there. But what's been nice for the private boat guys is that they're biting the jigs a little bit. Bluefin are notoriously strange that way. This year they've kind of gotten a jig mode a little bit. Cedar plugs and Mad Max and Halcos and even a regular old albacore feathers. All been getting some fish, and you get a jig strike, you throw some bait, and it boils up, and you fly line some baits and catch some bait fish. It's been really fun fishing, and the only issue is you don't know if it's going to be a catchable size 30-pounder or a tackle buster 150-pounder. It's a pretty good mix of fish scattered around. So overall, it's looking really, really good offshore, and the weather's been a little bit of an issue. Hopefully that backs off and makes it a little more user-friendly for the private boat fleet. For the big boats, they're doing fine, obviously. But that's this week's report. And I was going to have some breaking news. I mentioned that last week. I do have breaking news. part of it is that I am doing this report instead of having Danny do it because I was going to go fishing. And, you know, usually we fish Sunday, but that being Mother's Day, I wasn't going to work. So, but unfortunately, my boat partner there got very ill, and we canceled the trip. And given the fact that very little squid and very little fish, you know, it's not breaking my heart. So we'll see how that goes. But we got other breaking news coming.
Okay, we'll take that.
I was going to do it today. Yeah, I was going to do it today, but maybe next week we'll have something fishing related, but not fishing. So
you got us all fired up, Mark.
I understand. You know how it is when you get that jig strike, and then you start throwing some baits, and then you know, you get a boil here and a boil there, and then the stuff boils up, and everything starts biting. So we're laying a little groundwork for something that's cool, that's coming soon.
Okay,
we'll take that.
Ones and twos. Keep it coming.
Mark, a great job, a great report. Sure appreciate that as always. And if somebody wants to come find you, get in on some of the best bait tanks in the whole world, or just find you Pacific Edge, how do we do it?
Ricky, we're in Huntington Beach. We're on a corner both of Chica and Edinger, and the phone number at the store is 714-840-4262. The website's Pacific Edge Tackle, PacificEdgeTackle.com, excuse me. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week.
All right.
Time to go fishing, guys.
Appreciate it very much, Mark. Thanks a lot for that. A great job. And yeah, we'll look forward to talking to you next week. All right. That is going to wrap up that Catch Report today. Again, sponsored in part by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego, where you get the premier processing experience. Check out the easier online system to book your processing for your long-range trips. With more team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. More same-day capacity, the finest in customer service. You can stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or check fishermansprocessing.com and be sure you make that reservation today.
I wanted to mention, Rick, there's an awesome opportunity, Haida Safaris.
Yeah.
And we talk about it all the time, and it's just one of those places on the planet you want to visit, right? And there's an opportunity. There was, from what I heard, a couple of people that had to back out. You know, people end up with family things they have to back out. So there's 2 openings. I know it's a very short notice, but June 24th through 28th, I'll be there. You can come hang out with me and have a great time. And in fact, if it's something you can't make this year, if it's something you can't do, she's already booked close to half.
Oh, no kidding.
For next year.
That's
so
awesome.
Like if that's something you're interested in,
the amazing lingcod fishing you talk about, everything.
It's just an amazing place to be.
Cool.
And on top of that, you're dealing with one of the most wonderful human beings on the planet, and that's Valerie Hopridge, you know? So yeah, if you want to, she said you could call or text her own personal cell phone number, and that's 805 area code 698-9591. 805-698-9591. Text her or call her, and she'll be waiting for that. But it's such a fun place, man.
Your trip sells out every year, always have.
There's
an opportunity to go again, June 24th through June 28th this year. You can jump on and get on that crazy fishing you guys have had.
It's just, dude, the lingcod, the salmon fishing. Just, I mean, that's what people go for. Is the salmon.
What do you go there for?
I have levitated toward that darn lingcod fishing, you know, and the limits are so like giving. I mean, they allow you to keep 6 lingcod total. I mean, they change daily, right? But it has been that for a very, very long time.
That's awesome.
3 lingcod per day, 6 total, and no size limits.
I love it.
Right?
That's great.
Ooh. And king salmon, like the king salmon fishing is ridiculous. They don't even look at the cohos or the pinks, or like those are in addition.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nothing but good times.
You got it, man.
And the other advantage to this sale next weekend at Dana Landing, if it's any interest of yours, you're going on another trip, another date out of Haida Safaris, come talk to me. Like if you have any questions or you're even remotely interested, it's something you can come talk to me about. And
You get Cordell
Trust me,
frothed up.
you will not
Oh,
get
yeah.
me to shut up. I promise.
I love it. Well, hey, we had another set of a bunch of great texts coming through. And again, in this second hour, the only way that reach Let's Talk Hookup is through that text. And if you want to send in a text, make sure you do it through the Let's Talk Hookup app. Just like Rhett, who's texting us from Austin, Texas, says, I'm gearing up for an upcoming trip on the American Angler. It's a 3-day trip. And then, Johnny, I have a 2.5-day a few weeks after that. I'm looking to get a 30 to 50 pound fly line set up, and I'm just not sure where to start. Wondering if I could pick you and Dustin's brains on the direction I should be looking. What's your guys' favorite 30 to 50 pound fly line outfit?
Well, that's a pretty wide. I would think of 2 different setups for 30. One for 30 and one for 50. Unless you go 40. But I would say nowadays with like the smaller 2 speeds, you could get a, like say a Talica 12 or a Daiwa makes something similar size, or the Penn Fathom. They re-released the black Fathoms. That's a really good one too. You get a Fathom 30, and probably fill that up, mostly with braid, 65 or 80 pound braid, and then you could run your fluoro leader off there. Rod wise, there's a lot of choices. I would probably do something for the sport boat, something 7.5 foot. That just kind of matches that line size. There's a lot of different brands, and I could say one is going to be like the ultimate rod, but there's definitely it's everyone's got their own feel when they're pulling on a rod. So that's why it's so good to come into a shop and be able to pull on some stuff.
We talked about it a little bit with Bruce last week in East County Bait and Tackle, and it's even more so at Dana, and I know the same at Lemon Grove, is the thing that's nice about you guys, and I always say this it sounds bad, but I mean in the best way, like Johnny doesn't care which reel you buy. It's you don't have a reel that you're trying to sell them. Like you have a very good stock and a very good supply of all of the manufacturers. And you come into a shop with great guys behind the counter like Dustin and Johnny and all the team that you guys have there. You're going to lay all those reels out on the counter, all of the attributes of most. You take into consideration a person's budget. I just got my tax return. I got money burning a hole in my pocket. Well, my favorite reel of all time for a 30-pound 2-speed fly line outfit is a Talica 10, and I like this. But you should also look at this reel and brand X and Y and Z, and the handle might fit you better. Or hey, I'm taking to what you're saying. Instead of a rig to fish 30 and 50 pound, maybe I should be having a 30 pound and a 50 pound outfit.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm better off spending Fathom money and getting 2 outfits that are very good bang for the buck. Maybe it's not as nice as my Talica is, but I'm now able to get 2 outfits, and I'm covering the gap better that way. And you can explain why it's worthy to spend the money on one. Maybe it's better to save the money on the other, put it towards the rod. Dana's got all the stuff. You're not having to just sell a guy the one thing that you have. You have everything.
Yeah, exactly.
What's best for you in that scenario?
Totally.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I don't like to force people into stuff either. You know? So I like to, some people are they like something. I'm going to sell them what they like, but pick out the best for the situation.
Point you in the right direction.
They're in, and there's, truthfully, the tackle, the technology is so good now that you don't necessarily have to spend a ton of money. There's rods now that, 30 years ago we would have killed for, that are like cheap rods now.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, and you try to tell people, you realize like when we were kids, like this didn't even exist. Like, this would have been like the highest end rod you could buy, and now you can get them for reasonable. Once you get into bigger fish, things get that's the equalizer. But totally. That's where you want to, your Cal Stars and Seekers and stuff start to shine a little bit better. But on the lighter end, there's a lot of opportunities and to get into a good price point, and but also have really nice stuff.
So with all that now said, what's Dustin's favorite 50-pound 2-speed outfit? What's your personal quiver like?
I would say I do like the Daiwa product when I'm out there. The Seagate, you can't really go wrong for an inexpensive setup there. But Shimano, you never go wrong also. So how Johnny was saying, we got a little bit of variety of everything there that will just point you in the right direction. get you all dialed in. For
There
the
it
right
is.
Trip.
I like it. All right. You had another text, Corey?
I do. Yeah, there's so many coming through, and thanks for sending them in. And Roy from San Diego says, "Good morning, guys. I have a Daiwa Tatula 150 that looks like it needs new bearings. Do either or both shops do real maintenance or even sell bearings?"
Yes. Actually, they drop them off with Dustin, and Dustin brings them to Dana. And then we'll fix the reels there. If he wants bearings, the best thing to do is to bring, if he's tech savvy or mechanically savvy, if he pulls out the bearings that he wants to replace and bring them in, it's easy for me to match them.
Yeah, right.
If he just says, "Oh, I've got the Tatula," like, I'm not going to be able to find the bearings for you. Like Dougie would be able to, like, if you come in early mornings, like, say before 9 or 10 o'clock in the mornings, he can find the bearings for you. But it's much easier just for us to look at that bearing, match it up to one out of the back stock, and get you going that way. But either way, we'll get your reels fixed.
And if he's a do-it-yourselfer, I mean, he obviously knows how to pull them out and bring it in and get it done that way.
Yeah, bring in your bad bearings and we'll match them up.
And if somebody just wants to leave the reel for maintenance, I mean, like a 10-day turnaround kind of thing?
10 times 4.
Okay.
Yeah, or 10 times 5. Yeah. It's about 6-7 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say we're the same. I say that it would be awesome to be able to do that in 10 days. We need 10 days about 5 times in a row.
Yeah. And that's why I kind of tell people, like, we're training the customers little by little, is don't bring in 10 reels at a time, because then you like take yourself out of the game. Right. Just cycle reels through 1 or 2 at a time. Then you can keep your quiver going. And if you service these reels before they need it, the amount of money you're going to spend on parts is diminished greatly.
The cost of service is so much lesser than the cost of repair.
Yeah,
exactly. If the reel is running, you've had it for 2 or 3 years, it works perfectly fine. Maybe it free spooled a little bit better when it's out of the box, but it still works. That's the right reel to go in for service. It's going to be a labor fee. Everything's going to be clean, lube, put back together, and right back into working condition.
But people bring them in, and it sounds like they're, it's just, it's just grinding, and they're like, "I think it needs a little bit of oil." It's like, no, that's not the way they work nowadays.
Main gear, a new pinion gear, all of your bearings are shot, and then you're looking at $100 repair bill.
Or more. Yeah. So if you, but the way our guys service the reels, they're going to do a little bit more than they do out of the factory to, for longevity. A little bit more grease in places that need grease, and a little bit more oil. It definitely, and you can tell when they come back after we've serviced them, they're a very easy service.
Right.
If you buy a new reel and fish hard for 2 years, it could be a disaster.
Service is key.
Yeah, and that's the thing we kind of figured out, because, like, why do these reels seem to go so fast? And it's because we fish with Spectra now. Mm-hmm. When you fish with mono, the line sheds off the water sheds off the line coming through the guides, so the reel stays fairly dry all day when you're fishing. If you're fishing with Spectra, that Spectra soaks up the water. When you're reeling in, the salt water is just pouring into the sides of your reel, and especially if you're fishing like we do, where you're making 1,000 casts in a day, you're dumping a lot of water into that reel, and the reels are made to be somewhat waterproof, so it goes in, but it doesn't come out really. So it's funny, because a lot of the kids now who fish the bay all the time, they fish spinning reels because they're sealed. The better spinning reels are fairly waterproof, so they get a lot more they get longer use life out of them.
Interesting.
So,
That is totally
right.
And the drag pressure on the spinning reels are unbelievable these days. You get a lot of drag pressure on the small reels. 22 pounds of drag.
That's awesome.
It's a lot.
Do you guys have a favorite spinning reel or a line that one would look at if they're wanting to get a new base spinning outfit? They're hearing all those things, maybe wanting to go down the road of adding a little spinning outfit to their arsenals, or a place that you would start?
For the spinning outfit, For Daiwa's lineup, I think it starts out with the Fuego, which is the
Yep.
mag seal there, so you could use that in the salt water, not worry about it.
That reel is like across the 3 stores, we sell a freaking million of those
The Fuego
reels.
is a very
For the
nice-
Daiwa foot, yeah, it's the least expensive reel they have that has that mag sealed main bearing on the rotor, and it's really light, really smooth, and we sell a freaking million of them.
Low end price, but getting up
Yeah,
there on the
yeah.
higher end feature.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like, they're like in the under $150.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah. I think 119 or something like
Yeah.
that.
Everything from surf fishing, bay fishing.
Oh yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit
The
of everything there
the
with
surf
that reel.
fishermen love those
Very
things.
impressive.
Yeah.
What's the right size?
2,500, 3,000
Okay.
size.
Yep.
They make them all the way, I want to say, up to a 6,000, which a little bit bigger spool for bigger line there. But the 2,500, 3,000, we sell a lot of there.
A lot of them.
And then Shimano has the Nasi as well. That's a very good reel also. That's kind of the main competition for
Okay.
Daiwa there. But
That's
Yeah,
good.
so you
Great
kind of
reels.
it's like weird because you step from the you start with the Fuego, and then if you want to upgrade, you go to a Stratic.
Okay.
So it like crosses
Yeah,
brands.
cross brands.
Cro-
But again, that's what we were saying before.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you go to a Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle. That's why you go to a Dana Landing. Like,
Yeah.
you have all those things. The
Yep.
right reel for this scenario might be brand X, and the right reel for the next scenario might be brand Y. It's not
Yeah.
always a straight ladder.
And it's
And
cool because both shops, I mean, when I'm in Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle, there's guys in there getting help with going to the local lakes
Right,
and
right.
stuff. Yeah, I'm down
Shiner
at
fishing to out in the big water there.
seriously,
So, no,
and you're
100%.
like you and the couple other dudes in there are helping
Night
everybody out.
crawlers,
And
mealworms, waxworms. We
I-
have a little bit of everything.
I'm down at Dana Landing, and Johnny's giving the guy info on what's going on in La Jolla. The other employees giving information to somebody renting a skiff and how to catch,
Totally.
bay bass, and it's just the information's like overflowing.
Always.
Seriously,
That's the best part.
and giving.
Yep, no doubt about it. Had another fun text come through. Good morning, Rick, Corey, Johnny, and Dustin. What a fun show this morning. I've got a question about catching greenback mackerel with a sabiki. All right, you guys see everything. Give me the lowdown. What's the brand? What's the recommended hook size? Is there any ideas on technique, places to catch them out of Mission Bay, etc.? That's from Chris and Scripps Ranch.
Okay, Chris. Here's the trick with mackerel. If you need them,
You're not going to find
You're
it,
not going to find them.
which is the truth.
Yeah, I mean it's somewhat true. What I've found is that if you leave Mission Bay early, like early morning when it's still gray light, they tend to hang around the tips of the jetty.
Totally.
It's not every time. When you start, you'll see birds working a little bit farther west, and that'll be sardine, which if you ever jigged a sardine and know the difference between fishing that one and one that's been in the bait receiver, it's pretty amazing. But the other thing is they'll hang on little high spots and
Pieces of kelp.
Yeah, pieces of kelp. So you can find them there. Size wise, I would say 6 and 8 in the sabiki is pretty good for the mackerel we have here. If they're biting really good, you could go up to a 4, but I would say 6, 8, 10 even is good. If you have binoculars and you get out and you can find like birds picking along the kelp line, then you can find them. If you're fishing yellows at La Jolla, you can fish in kelp or on the wrecks and stuff, and you can catch Spanish.
And so those are all the little bumps that are off Crystal Pier and probably 45 to 65 feet of water.
Like the old Nell Tower, stuff like that. Like you can catch Spanish in there.
Which work fine.
Yeah, they're not great like fly lining bait, but for slow trolling, they're excellent.
But explain why. Because the Spanish,
I don't know. They just don't really swim. They don't take off. They just sit there. But when you slow troll them, you can slow troll them forever. Yeah. And sometimes the yellows like them better than the greens.
And sometimes the sea lions mess with them less than they do with the greens.
Yeah, they got that spine there that like the sea lions may not like as much. But green mackerel also will, for like the marlin guys that are, kind of like make their living off green mackerel, they chum a lot. And so they'll go out and meter around and throw a chum bucket out. And when they get the mackerel up and a lot of times they don't even use a sabiki. They'll use like a small, like a crappie jig with little piece of squid on it so they can catch them really fast one at a time. Almost like a almost like a lift pole situation, because when you're on a small boat, sometimes dealing with the whole sabiki full of mackerel.
6 of them at a time.
Yeah. Like what I would do on the skiff a lot of times is cut, I might cut the bottom off the sabiki a little bit just to make it a little bit more manageable. Like if it's an 8 hook sabiki or something, take it down to 6, because it can be a kind of a mess when you get it to the boat. But
It's so crazy, John.
I wouldn't mess. The thing I wouldn't mess
Yeah.
with is the spacing of the sabikis.
Okay.
Because I had this crazy idea once. I was like, well, if I cut off every other sabiki dropper, then it'll be more easy to manage. Well, it wouldn't get bit.
Really?
Because it's the whole
Yeah.
the appearance of the school of bait fish. When you
That brings them in.
drop the sabiki
Yeah.
in, that brings them in there, and everyone's got different techniques for fishing. I kind of like to cast it out and let it pendulum down. I think that's a good sink rate. But the guys who I know who are like commercial mackerel fishing, they use a big heavy sinker and get them straight up and down. It's just sometimes I troll them a little bit, like kick the boat in and out of gear and drag them to try to get into the mackerel that way. But there's a lot of different.
I'm all about the fall. I'm
Yeah.
all about the fall.
Somebody that's
Everything's sinking always.
Yeah.
Somebody that's never done it would never understand. There is an entire art
Oh,
to
Yeah.
doing it, and like Johnny's describing, I mean, that's why you go into Dana Landing.
when it's the right bait, man, your day is made
Yeah.
made or lost. Right then in the morning, trying to catch that bait.
And the better the yellowtail fishing is at La Jolla, the harder it is to catch
Always.
mackerel.
Always.
Like, I've gone up there with 2 mackerel and caught 2 yellows just because I was like, I'm over it. I have to try. And a lot of times you can catch them. Like if you want to go past La Jolla and up to Scripps Pier area, it can be easier in there. Sometimes you keep a couple cans of cat food with you, wet cat food.
really good chum.
Yeah, flick that out there with a little, you don't put big chunks, but you just kind of take a spoon or something and flick little pieces out.
And you might have to.
You mentioned chum buckets. Is that something that you guys carry at Dana there, and
Yes.
and all the different types of things? Frozen squid, frozen chovy, like all the things that one would use to get a school of mackerel going. That's something available. And how about at Lemon Grove?
We don't have the chum buckets, but we have squid, anchovies, mackerel, all that good stuff.
Okay.
Shrimp.
And it's not a bad idea either to sacrifice the first 1 or 2 and strip them out, or
Yep.
or just get that little bit of chunk and stuff in the water as well, like just to get the flow and the scales.
Totally.
And
You're right, man. Having a little bit of meat on the hook can be the total difference maker between it happening or not, or having the school stick with you and catch a half a dozen or a dozen real fast and being done with it versus not. And yeah, like you said, it's tough, Corey. It's tough to cut the first one up, but sometimes that can be the difference maker. For you.
it is,
unless
for
you
sure.
got the chum bucket at Dana Landing, and you
The
don't got to worry
one thing
about it.
I'm kind of promoting this year also, which it kind of struck me like a year ago, is those those lobster logs.
Okay.
Oh,
Using that
okay.
as your chum bucket device.
yeah.
as
that's
a
cool.
bait,
cheaper.
the
Yep.
bait tube.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, that's a good
Yep.
idea. Sure.
Because not a ton's escaping, but enough is.
With the Promar seal proof.
Yeah, totally. You just have your cage left over from your lobster fishing, and away you go. That's a
Dude,
good,
I could totally
that's a good
see that.
call.
Like you could actually have them frozen and have them.
Yep.
If that was your whole function to go out and catch mackerel, you could have the frozen bait tube set aside and slow thaw
Yep.
and chum.
Yep, you got
There
a
you
slow
go.
chop because we have like a 1 gallon chum bucket and 4 gallon chum bucket. And
Okay.
1 gallon is what the mackerel guys usually use, but this is like a opportunity, I thought, for a little bit cheaper and easier setup.
If you're hooping already, you've already got your tube.
Yep.
That's a good
Yep,
call.
exactly. It's
Yeah,
a good one.
I dig it. All right, Corey, you had another text standing by?
I do. Yes. It's good morning, guys. Love the show. Question is, with the summer kickoff sale coming up next week, are you guys going to have raffles and giveaways? Are there going to be booths and food booths and vendors there? So, and that comes from Jason in Ocean Beach. Thank you.
Jason and Ocean. Okay. We are going to have raffles. We're selling, oh man, I don't have that written down here, but we're selling tickets, and the proceeds are going to go split between CCA and Rollo Kids.
That's awesome.
So basically what I've got is I got the booths that are coming, which we are going to have a ton of booths. I'm like running out of space right now, but they're, I'm getting them to kick in prizes. So we're going to have a decent little, lineup of prizes there. And we will do, I don't know if we're going to do multiple raffles or maybe one big one at the end, but it's not a very long show. So it's not going to be the end of the world if you have to hang out there.
Yeah.
But it's perfect because if you're into getting the deal, as a customer, you're coming between 8 and 1. Yeah. It's done.
And working on food right now too. I got a couple food vendors that are.
I'm telling you, I've been to a lot of Dana Landing events. You guys always make it so fun. The food is always killer. The raffles are always killer. The amount of booths that you have is always great. It's a really fun sale. It's definitely one not to miss. And again, it's next Saturday, May 16th, 8 to 1.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
Hey, well, speaking of love it, we're going to find out what's going on the water right now. We got Captain Mike Richard of the Tribute calling us. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going?
We're doing
great, We're hearing buddy. The sonar, man.
Good morning.
Yeah. That, like I said, if I'm going to be at home, I'm just going to play that in the background as well.
Yeah,
exactly. It's a way to do it. You'd have us all fooled.
Good school here.
Yeah, just have an occasional school go by or the boat roll. So yeah, we left on another day and a half last night. Kind of made it down towards the area and got down here at about 10 o'clock. So we ended up doing pretty good on some bigger grade fish last night, 100 to 150 pound fish.
I love it. 100 to 150 pounders, Mike. That's fantastic news. What a night.
We didn't want those. I mean, there's some mixed grade fish, like 30 pound to 50 pound, 50 to 90, which was kind of what we were shooting for. But our first go around, we absolutely got our asses kicked. Like, I don't know, we probably hooked 20 fish and we landed 5 of them. It was just
wow.
Like one of the passengers said, he goes, "Man, you know what? I wasn't ready for this. Why didn't we warm up on some 30 or 40 pounders first?" Well,
yeah, why didn't you do that?
When you leave at 5 p.m. and you're on the grounds at 10 and you got your first stop at 10:30 or 11, like I'm sorry that we couldn't warm up on the 30 pounders.
That's so cool, Mike. How fun! Like you say, that's a fish that you just don't get all of them when they're that big. It's just not a thing that happens. It turns into trophy hunting at that point.
Yeah, the next go around, our hook to land ratio is a lot better. We ended up landing 7 out of probably 10 or 11 of them. So we ended up with a dozen last night, and they're all like most of them are 130 to 150. So
wow.
Nice, big trophy fish. My buddy Brady Daniels was on the boat. He knocked out a limit of 140 pounders. So
man.
Not a bad way to start a day and a half trip.
That's unbelievable. And that's before your full daytime of fishing today that, you hopefully having bait stops and all kinds of fun to go along with it.
We just picked up another bluefin, a nice normal warm-up size, according to our guy, a 30-pounder. So we're looking for some more of that, and we'll probably get a shot at some more nighttime fishing before we got to go on tonight. Tomorrow, we did swing some Mother's Day deals for any moms out there. We definitely got some people to jump on. There's still about, I think, 7 or 8 spots left for tomorrow night. Tuesday night is a go with only 7 booked right now, I think. So, and we're most of the trips throughout the rest of the month, we're going to be going. I mean, there's a really good chance to jump on midweek with, a lighter load. And, I mean, there's been great bluefin fishing to be had, the occasional albacore, yellowfin, grotto, whatever. We're kind of back to normal here with our bluefin, but some very nice nighttime fishing to go with it.
I love it, man. How fun. Well, a great time. Give us a rundown. What was the deal for getting a bite last night? Was it big jigs? Was it small jigs? Obviously, with fish that big, I'm guessing heavier tackle. What's the rundown that a guy needs to expect to be one of the lucky ones that lands one instead of letting one go?
It was a little breezy, so like the small tungsten jigs. Some of the smaller tungsten jigs, we did catch at least 3 or 4 on the Eddie bomb. So still trying to figure out where the sinker came from and how it became such a popular jig and went from being $6 to $80, but it was working really good.
That's awesome. Well, great job. Glad to hear the big ones are biting. Hopefully you load up on a bunch of medium ones in the daytime today too. Mike, a fantastic trip. What's coming up in the future? Any opportunities to come fishing on the Tribute?
Yeah, tomorrow night there's still a little room, day and a half, early departure, 5 p.m., which right now is very ideal because you're on the grounds just after dark, really. And then Tuesday night, there's plenty of room on that trip as well. And it looks like pretty nice weather coming up, which we haven't really had lately.
We'll take that, man. Awesome. Well, glad to hear the trip's going so good. Keep us in touch with what's going on. And if somebody wants to take advantage on that trip, we just call C4 Sport Fishing. How do we book it?
Yeah, C4landing.com, tributesportfishing.com, 619-224-3383. You can always call the landing and talk to the guys. But yeah, there's an opportunity tomorrow night and then Tuesday night as well. Come out and find out if you need a warm up before your 150 pounders.
Oh, good stuff, Mike.
I want a limit of those 140s,
Right?
Mike. That's so cool.
Bring it on.
Great
man.
job, buddy. Appreciate you keeping us in the loop. We'll look forward to talking to you real soon.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh,
Appreciate
man, that was an awesome report. And when we come back on Let's Talk Hookup, you're listening to Southern California Sport Fishing Voice. We're going to have more from Johnny at Dana Landing with the big summer kickoff sale and Dustin from Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle. We'll be taking your text and more when we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, and Facebook Live.
All right. Well, still having that little issue with the spots fire in there, so we're going to just roll right back into it. Now, he was talking about tungsten jigs. Is that something that is available and on sale at the summer kickoff sale?
It's available. I don't have a lot, and I don't have...
Because there's like a world shortage of that material right now, right?
Yeah, and I don't think you're going to see tungsten anymore. Like, according to manufacturers I talked to, it's just not feasible to use for, like, especially if you're into using like tungsten worm weights and stuff, like that is just not going to be a thing anymore.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
It's getting that scarce.
Yeah.
That fishing lures become like the last one in line, really. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, as a commodity, the price is just too
expensive.
I
mean, it was already pricey.
It was already very pricey. We have tungsten lures there, but not much over 200 grams. So there is some, that you could choose from. I know people for that fishery, like the 300 gram, the bigger ones are definitely like kind of more sought after, but I do have a few handfuls of smaller 150 to 180, some 200s and stuff mixed in there.
And so with the scarcity, I mean, that'd be a great opportunity for somebody to come down next Saturday.
Would be a great opportunity. Yeah.
Now, what about Dustin? I have to ask, because the whole tungsten thing came into play, to try to avoid the lead.
Right.
Right.
There, a smaller, denser material.
Right. But it actually, like, what do you think they'll turn to now if tungsten's becoming scarce?
I was told some companies are going back to the drawing board there and trying to find different materials they can use to substitute the tungsten there. But I was told it's going anywhere from 400 to 500% markup there. So it's just going to be extremely pricey. And a lot of how Johnny was saying, a lot of companies just say we're not even going to carry it anymore, just due to the fact
not even offer it.
It's too pricey.
There is another metal that has the same kind of density as tungsten. It's gold. So
that should be nice and cheap.
Or if you want to use a 1 ounce gold slider, it's I mean $5,000.
Right? No, it's crazy. It's crazy seeing the price of tungsten just shoot up like that, because in the bass fishing world we've been using it forever.
Yeah, and I mean it was really born into the freshwater scene.
No, you get
that
to feel
brought
everything down there with the tungsten rather than the lead. That's kind of real spongy. Spongy like. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to not have it for certain lead heads and regular bass fishing jigs.
Yeah, you can get a lot smaller lead head that's
cuts through the water column a lot faster with the tungsten and all that good stuff also.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
That's right. All right, we're gonna try this one real quick here.
In 1976, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling truck.
Nearly half a century, Ford has been passing mile markers and hitting milestones, leaving the competition behind as the best-selling truck brand in California. And your San Diego County Ford dealers plan to keep driving that success forward. Ford F-Series, on the road to 50 years of leadership. Let's go. Check out the entire Ford F-Series lineup and take a test drive today. Go to your local San Diego County Ford dealer.
The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence, delivers the top quality, comfort, and fishability you look for in a long-range boat. Veteran captains Mark Bizzano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Once you go on the Independence, you'll be back. Call Independence Sports Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check independencesportfishing.com.
All right, it's time to talk about great gear from Shimano. And man, what a great opportunity to get in on some of that great Shimano at the big summer kickoff sale, Dana Landing next Saturday. An opportunity to get a fantastic deal on some reels that you don't often get deals on. And man, with all this talk about Bay and the Trank series, Freshwater and light spinning reel with the Stratix, Big Fish with the Talica, never a better time to get good Shimano product like at Dana Landing, Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle, and ECBT.
That's correct.
I mean, it's just a great opportunity. And you're going to be there able to wind line on all those reels, everything appropriate. You're going to get to talk to the experts at Dana Landing, pick out your new Shimano reel for the upcoming, whether it's the light tackle side to the heavy tackle side. You got it all going to be on sale, all going to have great value added, a great opportunity.
It'll be a great time to look at everything and a chance
Come
to
check them out.
To check them out and get a good deal.
Big game fish. The right gear is essential. Not just the rod, reel, and line, but the right pair of binoculars too. So upgrade your gear to the best pair of Fujinon stabilized binoculars from Baker Marine. Baker Marine has been selling binoculars for decades, and more importantly, they service all brands right there at their San Diego Shelter Island location. Need the best? Fujinon Stabiscopes are the professional's choice. Looking for top-tier stabilization at a great price? The Fujinon TechnoStabi TSX 1440s deliver rock-steady vision even in rough waters, perfect for serious anglers. Baker Marine is the largest Fujinon retailer on the West Coast, and when you buy from them, they'll be there when your binoculars need service. Plus, they'll give you a great price on all in-stock Fujinon binoculars. Stop by their store on Shelter Island in San Diego and test a pair of Fujinon binoculars and see which ones are right for you. They even have compact and lightweight Fujinon stabilized binoculars for your next vacation or hunting trip. You know you need a pair of stabilized binoculars, so get them from the experts at Baker Marine. Learn more at bakermarine.com.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and having so much fun in the world headquarters. We're actually getting Meg Ray now, aren't we? I mean, it's just it's kind of nice to see, actually. You know, it's kind of our normal.
We had the best weather in
January, February.
Yeah, January, February. I kept saying if we had weather like this in the summer, we might make some money down here.
Right?
No doubt.
I know, we're just having a great time in the world headquarters here, and we're giving away 2 $100 gift cards. It'll be usable at either Dana Landing on Mission Bay, East County Bait and Tackle, or you can go see Dustin out there at Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle.
I love it, man. No doubt. Great opportunity. Again, if you want to get it the only way in this second hour through the text, lots of great text already through, but plenty of opportunity for you to send one through, and it's only available on that Let's Talk Hookup app.
Make sure you leave your name and telephone number if you want to win that $100 gift card, right?
That's right. Just like Santiago did, and says, good morning, guys. A question for all of the crew, especially Corey. Any tips on rigging plastics for tuna on the slide? Specifically, do you have a suggestion about lead head, weight, and type? Do colors make a lot of difference? Really appreciate everybody's input. And with the prospects of that yellowfin showing up real early, jig strikes, the old 5-inch swim bait on the slide might be another big player this year. What do you guys think about rigging that thing up for tuna fishing?
It was Fish Trap that really made that whole thing popular, right? I mean, the whole on the slide kind of thing.
The Channel Island Chovy on the slide.
But with all honesty, I mean, on a typical albacore year or on a good yellowfin year, bait is probably the first thing that goes south, really. I mean, it's difficult to get, doesn't live well. And for a private boater to have 25 or 30 pieces of swim bait, it's basically like having a scoop of bait with you. I mean, don't you agree, Johnny?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, whether it's on the slide, on the troll,
we used to always run one long down the middle. That was
On
you know.
tough jig striking days for albacore, that was always a thing that would stop the boat. Is a
Mhm.
a 5-inch swim bait, double the distance back of your Mexican flag and your
Yeah.
purple and black feathers.
Down the middle, and we carry that. I think I have from Leadmaster. They're like tuna tough head. It's like, I think generally we used to use an 1.5 ounce head, 1 ounce or 1.5 ounces, and it's got a kind of a heavier forged hook in it. I would love to. I don't know if you guys look at like the East Coast, they have those Ron Z's and stuff, and they have a swivel in the head and the hook pivots. So you could fish bigger fish without, if you know anything about, a lead head has a lot of leverage on fish being able to get it out of their mouth. If you have it so that the hook is free, it's a little better. They just don't, they're big, they're made for like 8 and 9 inch lures.
I'll tell you what'll work. And I tried it, Johnny, is 1.5 ounce lead or 1 ounce lead head with the assist hooks off a split ring with no
hook. Yeah.
I cut the actual, but I left part of the hook on for rigging purpose.
Yep.
And you know what, you want to know what I caught with that? Haida Safaris catching silver salmon, my friend.
Oh, that's cool.
Silver salmon. Nice.
Catching silver salmon on the, I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I want to try this. Like,
So
let's see what'll happen.
Put a little split ring on the hook tie,
So,
I'm guessing. And how did you attach your assist hooks to your lead head?
So to keep it all clear, I put a 2 split rings, and off the back split ring, I put the assist hooks.
Yeah.
And just let them dangle behind. I
Perfect.
mean, it looks like part of the deal.
That's a great idea.
Yep.
Watch out.
I like it, man.
I fish a
patent
lot
pending. Patent pending. Yeah.
I fish a lot of small lures that way
Yeah.
for tuna. I just take the hooks off the lure.
Yeah.
And put a split ring on the front with an assist hook hanging off the front, and people are like, well, that's not on the back. Like the big fish doesn't nip at the tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole thing's
like a 6-inch lure, they just inhale it.
Yeah.
And Rick, on the troll, that 5-inch swim bait with the assist hooks, it's swimming better.
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah.
And the assist hooks are just dangling, swimming with it.
And the barb of the lead head that's holding the plastic is still intact.
Yeah.
You just don't have the hook coming out the
I had a couple short bites. I'm like, I swear I just got bit. And they looked at me like, come on, Corey. Yeah. Like, no, seriously. Oh, there's another one. I got him.
That's cool. I love it. That's a great idea. There it is, man. Great tip.
Watch out.
Hey, had another fun one. Hey guys, all this bay talk has got me super fired up. You had talked a little bit about crossover freshwater lures. What are some of the crossover things that you've experienced that have had good bites on bay bass in Mission Bay?
You never go wrong with like a fluke from Zoom there. That's one bait that you can use in the freshwater and the saltwater both. That's going to work great for you there. Same with Corey's MC baits. That 3-inch you can use in most of the local lakes and out in the bay with a 1/4 ounce head, 3/8 ounce head being a little bit heavier there. But those are great baits. You can use them both fresh and saltwater there. That will catch you fish consistently there.
That's a great tip.
For me, it's always been a big spinner bait, like 3/4 to 1 ounce spinner bait in Mission Bay, and the A-rig is the A-rig me on fire. I mean, we sell 1 million A-rigs now, which, and in the lakes you can only have 3 hooks, but in the bay you can have 5. Yeah, those two I would say are the go-tos.
A-rig's just one of those things that gets bit, man.
Yeah.
Like it could be, I mean, tuna would eat it.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the freshwater
Wouldn't be anything
bass.
left of it, but yeah.
Right? The freshwater bass go crazy on it.
Stripers, yeah.
Everything.
How technical of a thing to fish is that? I mean, you have to really know what you're doing with an A-rig. Can somebody that's never done it before just chuck it and wind it? Are they all created equal? Like,
You
what are
can
guys'
chuck
thoughts on
and
that?
wind. There's a lot of different styles. The thing that people kind of mess up on is the weight. So if you go, like, say, if you're thinking, well, I fished in the bay with a 1/4 ounce lead head, like, so if you put 5 1/4 ounce lead heads on the A-rig, like, you've got a big, heavy monster now that you're throwing. And so I tell people, use 1/16 ounce, or, put some of the, maybe even put a couple weedless, so that your rig is light and isn't just burying into the bottom instantly. And that makes a big difference. A lot of them have a lot of spinners on them. That kind of helps keep it suspended a little bit more. but that's the main thing. And also you have to have a heavy rod to fish that lure. It's big to cast, and people, they're like, well, I've got, like 15-pound leader. That's going to be good, right? And I'm like, oh, I mean, when you cast
Probably
off that,
not.
by the time you rig the lure up, it's fairly expensive.
Sure, no doubt.
You don't want to just
got a $20 A rig, and you got 5 lead heads and 5 swim baits.
Yeah, all of a sudden you cast the thing off, and you're like, what
do I do now?
Yeah, so I tell people, you want to use, if you're fishing braid, you want to use like 40, 50-pound leader when you're throwing that thing.
And Johnny, they're, all rigged and done. What, 2.5, 3 ounces worth of stuff? I mean, roughly. I mean.
Yeah,
roughly, right?
In my experience, they're always heavier than what I thought when I was rigging it. I'm like, as they're going out to the kelp beds, like, oh, I'll put like 3/8 ounce on here. It's like all of a sudden you're like, oh man, take like 20 casts, and you're like,
swim bait rod.
I'm gonna have to take a break, like.
And that's what I'm getting at. Like you might think, all right, I'm going to fish bay bass, total of 3 ounces here, but the drag through the water is that like 4 times the amount.
Oh
right?
yeah. It's a bit of a workout,
but they get bit.
They definitely get bit. And I found, like, because when I'm fishing bay bass, I'm usually taking like kids out, and I usually set them up with a sled head, owner sled head, 1/4 ounce 2.0 hook,
totally weedless.
Totally weedless with a fluke on there, and usually it's a Berkeley Gulp fluke. And so they're dragging that, and they do good, but when the light starts getting low and the sun starts going down, that A rig just starts getting crushed.
That's cool.
And you also get a lot of halibut on the A rig too. I've found
they're just attracted to it.
They're attracted to it.
It's a school of bait. They just want to blow up and be able to ambush 10 baits, but get one of them.
Yeah, and it's a cast and wind. Cast and wind. You don't. It sinks fairly fast, so you gotta, you can pause it. A lot of times just winding and stopping the handle gets the blades to like switch directions for for a split second, and that's when it gets bit.
What's the most fish you've ever heard of on an A?
I don't know, with spot, like I've only caught one at a time on the spotties, and with calicos, like.
You can load it up.
Yeah, I mean, like
chandelier
you hook
style.
one, and it's like you almost always have 3 on there. Like it's just inevitable that.
I had a fun story fishing an A rig on the Imperial Beach pipe. I had a cabezon, a sand bass, and a calico bass.
Come on,
at the same time.
Cool.
Three species, one
Seriously?
cast.
Really cool.
Wow,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's quite the collective.
That is cool. Well, we had someone, I want to say this fall or winter, he had a calico and a yellow.
Really?
No way.
Yeah, it might have been on the new Seaforth.
That's cool.
No way.
Calico. That, and the other thing was one of Scooch and Chugi at Pier. Like, this was a few years ago. They had one of their employees was coming down to stay in Mission Bay, and they're like, "Oh, go see Johnny." And Scooch is like, "Get that umbrella rig." So he walks over off the point in front of the Dana Hotel and casts out and gets a yellowtail.
Come on.
In Mission Bay.
In the bay.
What? I'm like, dude, I could cast 10,000 times. I'm never going to catch a yellowtail in the bay. But yeah, he caught it. He's like, yeah, dude, check this out.
That's
I'm like,
funny.
I know where those rocks are. Like,
that's where I met Johnny. He was like a real little kid fishing on the dock at the Dana Hotel there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I used to work at the Dana Hotel in the marina, and his dad would bring the boat down.
Yeah.
Your uncle worked there, right? In the restaurant.
Yeah, we tried
Really?
Yeah, from catching jack smelt, with pieces of bread and little treble hooks as a teeny little kid. Known Johnny all those years.
And you're talking the hotel, it's like attached to the little bay right
the
there.
Dana Hotel, the Dana Hotel. Rick would
So
come down
cool.
there every summer.
Yeah, totally. Staycation. We'd always stay for a week and fish off there. And
your dad, and your mom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now we keep the boat across the just on the other side of the bay.
Right.
Yeah, we're a Dana family.
Yeah.
We're so fortunate, seriously, to have Mission Bay and Dana
favorite,
Landing right there against a launch ramp. And we forget. I mean, if you're coming from LA or whatever, you realize you're coming to paradise.
Totally.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
No
But
doubt about it.
I think we lose track at just how beautiful it is there, Mission Bay. And like you said, Johnny, to the open ocean, it's about 8 minutes of 5 mile an hour.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Well, you have to little detour in to see Everingham Brothers.
Yeah.
If you're going that way, but otherwise it's just a real short little.
Yeah, I mean,
jog.
maybe 8 minutes.
It's the perfect amount. Like I can tell you, the when you hit the 5 mile an hour zone of the in Mission Bay until you get to the Dana Launch Ramp, it is exactly the right amount of time you need to get the boat salt water and soap scrubbed down. Like it's a very short distance, but it's just what you need to stow all your stuff for running, get your bean bags out of the way, saltwater scrub and soap your boat down so that when you pull right into the Dana Landing, you rinse the salt water off with some fresh water and you hop off the boat and you're gone. It's the best. It's the best setup that exists.
Yeah, for me, it's pull out of the marina, put my jig, cut the jig off my jig stick, run the line off the back of the boat, wind it on straight. I'm right hitting the bridge right about the time I'm tying my jig on with the fresh knot. And then if I have a second jig stick, do that one, and then you're right to the the channel, and your time to open it up and go.
So cool.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's my favorite spot to fish. Yeah. Well, hey, we got a lot going. So much to talk about with that Dana Landing kickoff sale, and boy, it's also about time to find out who's winning these $100 gift cards to Dana Landing, East County Bait and Tackle, or Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle.
And we're going to find that out when we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, not 97.3 The Fan, but that Let's Talk Hookup app.
Do you know why 1 million customers visited Summit Gasoline last year at the San Diego Sports Arena? Because they give you the lowest price on fuel, great service, and easy access, even for trucks and trailers at their 24 pumps. Summit is known for the best price on ice, too. Almost half the cost of any other vendor. 25 pounds for just $3.99. Martha and her crew love fishermen, and they'll prove it by giving you 100 pounds free with a 35-gallon fill-up. Summit offers over 40 snacks and drinks to choose from for only 89 cents, and even a line of hand creams and lip balms for 89 cents too. Summit now proudly offers locally made burritos and sandwiches, made fresh daily and ready to go wherever the current takes you. Summit just upgraded their car wash, and for a limited time, get a deluxe car wash for only $6. Grab the wife's car, grab a cheap sandwich, and make up for the day on the water. Summit Gasoline, lowest prices, friendliest staff, easy access, and free ice. What more can you ask for?
A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limit, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open parties scheduled, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
Inside information is everything when it comes to catching fish in Southern California. You need a code group to connect with what's happening on the water. FishDope.com is your code group. Inside information available at your fingertips 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane, along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. They become your code group. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Quintin, 365 days a year. FishDope.com has online planning tools, temperature and chlorophyll charts, hot bite icons, and more. Take it from me, if you don't have FishDope.com, you're not part of the in-the-know crowd. Membership is affordable and good for an entire year. Plus, use the special code and save $30 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
Hey, this is Rosie with Cedros Sport Fishing. We have always been the leader with all-inclusive fishing trips to Cedros Island. We now have 2 lodges to choose from and both sit on the cliff's edge with relaxing ocean views and gorgeous morning sunrises. With direct flights departing to the CBX in San Diego, we are committed to providing first-class service to our guests and an unforgettable fishing experience. Come check out the yellowtail and calico bass capital in the world. Nobody does it better than Cedros Sport Fishing. Call me at 619-772-7570 or check us out at cedrosportfishing.com. Book soon. Trips are going fast.
Fillet knives shouldn't be disposable. Introducing AFTCO fillet knives that are built to last. Designed in collaboration with Boker, Germany, AFTCO knives feature 4116 German stainless steel, bonded with titanium nitride to ensure optimum corrosion resistance and exceptional edge retention. A non-slip TPR handle maintains a firm grip when processing game fish. Fillet knives from AFTCO. Any fish, any water.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup, and so much fun. Well, you know what? We don't have to flip the coin, but I'm going to do it anyway.
You both win.
We've got our texter winner, $100 gift card to Dana Landing, East County, Bait and Tackle, or Lemon Grove. Our texters, Chris and Scripps Ranch, and the caller, Alex and San Carlos.
Congratulations, you guys. $100 shopping spree to go see Dustin, go see Johnny, go see Bubba, go see Mike, all the boys. Go see Bruce.
You could triple up on it if you come down to the summer kickoff sale.
There you go, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that you'd be wise spending your extra dollars. Boys, this was such a great time. Sorry it was a little funky on the phones and show this morning, but thanks for hanging with us. A great show. Johnny, one more time, give us that full rundown if somebody wants to get in on all the fun on the Dana Landing summer kickoff. How do we find you? What do we do?
Okay, Dana Landing is 2580 Ingram Street, right across from SeaWorld. Come down there Saturday morning. All reels 10% off. Free solid specter. All rods 15% off. All lures buy 2 get 1. All hooks buy 2 get 1. All fluorocarbon buy 2 get 1. All clothing, footwear, glasses 25% off. All coolers 20% off. That's just the start of it.
Yeah.
There's a ton more stuff, and just got to say that what Ricky's been dealing with in here this morning is just a
phenomenal, right?
Herculean task, and his ability to
keep everything running
smooth and sound like he's having a good time.
Hats off to you, Rick.
Just unbelievable. So
seriously,
all good, boys. I had a lot of fun with you. It's one of my favorite places. I love Dana Landing. I love Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle. You guys just do the best of job, and there's a reason. There's a reason you're so popular. There's a reason why all the texts were the same thing. I love seeing Dustin. I love seeing Johnny. I love seeing Bubba. You guys just take care of your customers like their family, and it's the reason why the spot is so successful, and it's the reason the summer kickoff sale is going to be such a huge success. No doubt about it. We'll appreciate you guys hanging with us, and we sure appreciate you. Another couple of fun, great shows coming for you next Saturday, tomorrow on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, and YouTube Live. We're going to have Captain Justin Ryan from the Apollo. Again, another new guy to Let's Talk Hookup. Going to be a lot of fun talking about that operation. We'll be there tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. right here. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.